Alright guys, if you want to see me roast the transmission in this video or the next video, stick around. So we got all the coolers on order. I did end up going with a stock unit, but with a thermostat delete, full send diesel lines, all the 9 yards. We are picking up a truck with a D-pan that needs some transmission work. So I'm going to take that D-pan, throw it on this truck, and then at some point we need to end up getting this transmission rebuilt or find a good unit from somebody else. But I would like a torque converter and a valve body done. You can see we are at about 205 degrees on the transmission temp. I've seen 208 today. I've also seen it chill around 196, 197. So we do not have the heat exchanger on anymore, which means no more coolant heating up the transmission, but at the same time, the torque converter does not lock 100%. You can see if I let off the throttle, see how the RPMs come down and then I give it throttle, they come back up. So casual cruising, it's slipping about 200, 300 RPMs, but there you go. We're picking up a truck here in about 54 minutes. We've been driving for about 73 minutes, and we've driven for 78.5 miles. So, little Toyota with the camper on the back right there. Neat. Yeah, we're in Philly now, so we be picking up in about 8 minutes. Got to throw the truck in park because the transmission likes to get hot when you're idling. Even if I put it in neutral, like I said, all the coolers are on order. So I can only do so much at one time. We're gonna be fixing it slowly. So we'll do everything around the transmission first, and then we will come in and do the transmission when I know that everything around it is good. All right, 210 degrees, 211 degrees. I put it in park because apparently that's the only thing that works. But there's the truck we're picking up right now. Good shot of that. Hopefully it fits. Yeah, that's what we're doing now. So we got to go back to Ephrata. So I'm going to punch in the GPS where we're going. We got her loaded. We're going to head out before my transmission overheats. You're working when it's 44 degrees out there and you're sweating. Be there by 1 o'clock is the goal. We're getting close. Been able to keep the temps relatively manageable on the trip, but we're now, once we're done with this one, then we're going to pick up the second gen. So I'll show you how that thing turned out. I actually haven't even gotten to see it yet since I got the truck done. We'll get to see the work for the first time, and now that it's aligned, they said it was done. Keys under the mat, RT tag is on it, so I can drive it. All right, she made it. All done. No DOT numbers, you don't need those. All right, the fuel light comes on the second I pass the rest area. So we're gonna see if I can make it. We got 28 minutes left. Actually, I gotta go, so I gotta run an errand for my mother quick. And then I'm gonna stop over there. And then we're gonna head to Jack Williams. But yeah, my light is on. I got her close, but I didn't want to screw with it. Fill up. Hopefully there's enough in there to fill the tank. Because I'm hoping I can get out of Pennsylvania and get fuel, but whatever. I'll just sit here until that little thing over there stops going up. I had just enough to get me in the tank. Let's see, a little over half a tank, 1,059 miles. Unfortunately, that's pretty terrible mileage because I should be able to get better than that because the torque converter doesn't lock. It really throws the mileage off. Oh, here she is, all said and done. Let's get her checked out. Nice new parts. Track bar. Sweet. Everything looks good. Wonder if you left me the key. Wheels and tires all mounted up. Let's see if she starts. Ugh. No grid heater light. See, she cheats black. So the only thing that looks like it was done is maybe the star wheel was adjusted. There's reverse, there's neutral, there's drive. The only thing that for this, Yeah, for the fuel. Well, get that. Everything else, all the tamper-proof screws are there and all that. So let's give this thing a good test drive. I think he drove it a little bit ago. Yeah, we cleared. Yeah, somebody did something to this thing. I'm gonna beat on it a little bit. That way, if anything breaks, I will replace it. Thought about driving this cross country, but I gotta tow this to him tonight. You can hear the turbo noises. She runs good. I just at least wanted to drive this thing once. Oh, turn signals do work. Obviously not a perfect truck by any means. It is still an old truck. It's a 95, but it's almost out of diesel. Oh, there we go. All right. She ain't that, okay. He kind of made it sound like it was a lot faster than what it was, so, I mean, it's not that tuned up. For a stock truck, definitely feels pretty stock. So let's get her loaded up on the trailer and get her going. Getting her loaded up. She fits a lot nicer than it did the first time. Ugh. Alright, so there you go. I'm gonna pop the hood, show you guys kind of what's going on. I'm not looking forward to this drive. But there you go. So like I was saying, all of the stuff is there. So like everything's stock. You can see that like everything except for there was 3,000 Governor Springs done, but like the tamper-proof stuff, it's all there except for the star wheel. So somebody could have adjusted the star wheel to get it to smoke a little bit, but for the most part, she's all right. So it's got, like I said, it's got its minor little things wrong with it, but it's got a ton of money into it. It's gonna treat somebody good. So whether he decides to keep it or sell it, whatever, but we're gonna get it out there, out to Indiana, all put up there. So I'm gonna get the RT tag off. At some point I need to get the wheels and tires. We have these guys all mounted and balanced for my truck. They look pretty good. They'll work out. I'm gonna get these cleaned up a little bit. You guys will see what we're buying, because we were supposed to pick this up last week. It didn't happen. A lot of things just kind of went south. So hopefully all is good now, and we get the other truck. All right, so let's get up under here, show you guys kind of what I'm dealing with. You guys can see that big puddle right there, right? So it looks like it's all coming from right around here, right? So I've checked the lines. I didn't see anything leaking from them, even though we are replacing them, all that. But it looks like we're getting, looks like it's coming from there. So I'm not sure if it's the vent or if it is a torque converter leaking, or if it's the pump seal or any of that. So like you can see this, like when I filled it up, I don't know, maybe it's just the vent, maybe I overfilled it, but it still gets hot. So we know we need a front cooler. So look at that rot. But yeah, so I'm gonna check the fluid now and see if we're over full and go from there. Well, the good news is it is over full. The bad news is it's over full. So I really don't know what to do at that point, but it is over full, so it's not like I'm driving it without fluid in it. Don't know what to do at this point. We're like 5 minutes from Josh's house, so we're gonna be doing the gym. I'm gonna head home, grab my duffel bag, and then we're gonna head out. All right, sorry about the darkness, but so we're taking this out to Ohio tonight instead of Indiana because he's gonna meet us halfway. And then we're picking up 2 trucks tomorrow, so that's gonna be pretty sweet. Lights decided to go out, so we're heading out. I agreed to drive. We're gonna go to the Loves in somewhere in Ohio, but I need to get fuel. And yeah, we got our lunch, we got all our stuff. These PA prices are ridiculous. $5 a gallon. I'm gonna just fill the small tank right now, and then once we get in Ohio, I'm gonna fill the big tank. We got plenty of fuel to get, you know, it's only 290 miles. So I'm gonna use a mud flap location out there, and I'm just gonna fill everything. So for now, there you go. I had to use my debit card on this one, so it's probably gonna take $100 and I'm gonna have to do it again. And then we'll take those, add it to whatever it's gonna be, so I'll get the actual mileage, whatever my fuel mileage is. So 1116 plus another full tank. Hopefully it takes, I think $100 will fill it. I hope. I guess we'll see. It seems to have let me fill it, $129, so it's full. So I'm gonna give it the one more little hand clicky thing just to make sure she's topped off so we have plenty of fuel. But for $129, that's what we're gonna run this trip for out. And then, like I said, we'll fill it up on the way back. We got a truck coming back. The plan was to go to Indiana, drop a truck, go to Virginia, pick a truck, come home. The new plan is go to Ohio, drop a truck, pick a truck, come home, go to Virginia, then pick another truck, then come home. So we're coming home with 2 trucks, not just 1. Well, time to get on the Pennsylvania Turnpike because my favorite place to be. Just kidding, it really sucks. Then we gotta climb some hills tonight. There's a guy in a reflective vest. No idea where he came from, but let's get it. Hopefully nothing interesting happens tonight, but if it does, you guys will know. Also, you guys say tunnel? Love it. All right, don't know how well you guys can see it. We made it 31 miles before the transmission decided, you know what, 231 degrees is where we want to be. I threw it in park because throwing it in neutral, unfortunately, is not lowering my temps. I know that I have a problem with the front cooler. I also know that the torque converter is not locking up 100%. So those 2 problems by themselves are causing this issue. Unfortunately, my parts are not going to be in until the 10th. I got a cool product that I want to show you guys as well, since we did get a stock cooler. We did not get a Dorman cooler, we got an OEM cooler because the thermostat delete, the one that we got, does not work with a Dorman cooler. So we went and got an OEM one, and all the, you know, all the cool lines and whatnot from Full Send. We're gonna get to try those out, something new I've never tried before, but I'm gonna let this thing cool down quite a bit. Might shut it off for a little bit, I don't know yet. Start the trip over, but it looks like we're gonna be able to get 30 miles at a time. I absolutely refuse to drive with overdrive off. I refuse. I'm not gonna sit here and have my RPMs at 3,000 just to be able to do 70 miles an hour down the road. It's absolutely stupid. I did a bunch of digging on the forums too. A lot of guys are saying there's no problems with towing and overdrive. Obviously the cooler needs to work, but anybody towing with overdrive off, you guys are nuts. And I don't care what anybody tells me. Coming from personal experience, you can tow an overdrive, and if you have an NV 5600, your transmission will last 547,000 miles before exploding. But you'll still get 547,000 miles out of a vehicle. These vehicles are only supposed to last 200,000 miles anyway. But you guys can see it right there. Sorry, I have to have the light on, but we're gonna let this cool down and then we're gonna get right back on the road. So I'm probably gonna let it sit for like 10 minutes, something like that. Let it cool down, knowing that I overfilled the transmission a little bit. It's spewing transmission fluid, but it's over full, so it is what it is. A little bit of a break. All these trucks sleeping for the night, not us. We're gonna get there tonight. It's only like 4 more hours, something like that. But try not to get run over. Parked way up here in the back. I should have parked right here, but you know, whatever. Yeah, that trans cooler is absolutely fucked. But I guess we'll see if the thing cooled off. Hopefully it did. I mean, it should have. I mean, I've been sitting here for a while. I think we parked at like, I don't know, I'd like to say 11:50. So we'll see what it is, and we should be hitting the road here. All right, sorry about the glare. Temp is 156, so let's get moving. All right, 216. So what I'm noticing is that I can drive in overdrive faster if I keep the load lighter, and it actually keeps the temp way down. When I was traveling in overdrive off, I was actually getting a lot more temps a lot faster, and I was getting piss poor fuel economy. So overdrive on, light load is the key. Try to keep the boost under like 15 pounds, 12 pounds preferably, but if I can keep it under 15, great. So I just got another 30 miles, something like that. So like I said, once this is all taken care of, this is no longer an issue. But we are also in no hurry because we're not meeting until like, I don't know, maybe 1 o'clock tomorrow. So I have so much time to kill, but I wanted to get the drive done early just because of all the, you know, just one, it's 28 degrees outside, so that helps a lot. But I also didn't want to drive during the day because trans temps are going to be way harder to manage. So it's kind of nice. I can just kind of cruise right now and just do my thing. Let's turn that off. So with overdrive off, we were able to get it up to 241 degrees. But we had to climb the big mountain on 76 Turnpike in Pennsylvania. So she's coming back down now, 236, 237, 238, somewhere around there. It keeps jumping back and forth. But once we can get it back into overdrive, temps should come down significantly. No transmission light yet. So I believe that these, I thought they were set at 220 before. According to the internet and new research, it says that they're like 260 is when the overdrive off light comes on. Well, this transmission's been hot a couple of times. We are not going to save this trans at this point. So I'm really not caring about taking care of it at this point. Cause I mean, at this point, it's either rebuild it or replace it. Once all the coolers are on, we can grab a torque converter and a valve body, and we'll probably just try to buy a reman stock unit, throw a valve body, torque converter in it, call it a day. And if you guys, oh, there we go, yeah, 232. So if you guys want a video on why I'm not gonna get a built transmission, I do have a bunch of reasons for it. It's not just as simple as, oh yeah, it's really expensive, because I mean, that is a reason, but I do kind of have some more in-depth reasons, if anyone cares. One really cool benefit to the Pennsylvania Turnpike, by the way, I'm towing up a hill in overdrive at 56 miles an hour. No DOT on the turnpike most of the time, no way stations, any of that. And that guy has no trailer lights at all, knows about it, and he is freaking sending it. Get it, my dude? Yeah, I had a trailer like that before. I've had a few trailers actually that have done that, and I've lost trailer lights and it's blown my fuse. So it's like I've had to do the same thing. All right, someone gave me a flash earlier. I don't know if it was just somebody mad because I wouldn't let them pass or what, but strap's still tight. I mean, you know, the strap itself is on the ground, but tires all good. Everything's good. Should have used the light, but yeah, I pulled off to the side here to check everything out because I didn't want to get hit. But let's see if we can get out of here. Don't worry, we got out. No worries. These off-road tires. All right, this is where we're gonna leave it off. I'm gonna start the next video for you guys. I feel like we've gotten it long enough, so we're just gonna go. That ratchet's broken. But we're gonna go get this thing dropped off, collect our money, and then pick up the truck that we're supposed to be picking one up. So I guess we're just trading one out. Hope you guys like fuel savings. Check out Mud Flap, link in the description. I'm filling my truck up now with it.